and light, beams of darkness, endless night, cosmic terror, pixel from reptilian alien gaze ignite.
Hey, I'm Tyler with Reptilian Alien Game Dev, and today I'm going over Audio Alchemy Lab. It's a tool I made for Unity audio management tool. After you install the package, it'll add a folder called Editor. Inside that folder will be the Audio Alchemy Lab folder. That which adds the Audio Alchemy Lab to the tools section up here, and you'll just click on it.
Welcome to Audio Alchemy Lab.
And so let's go over the basic features. So everything is scalable to a certain point. This is as small as you can get it here, but you can get it smaller if you add it to the hierarchy. It kind of gets wonky if you get too small. Uh, like after about this point, it starts messing with the UI pretty hard, but so that's the smallest it can get. But anyways, so let me take it out here and we'll start going over the features and why I kind of created this. So I basically created this because I've been looking for something like this for a long time and never really found it in the asset store. Anytime I would download an audio management tool, I would always have trouble setting it up and working, and it never really did what I expected it to do. So I went ahead and just finally created one myself. And first feature I want to go over is the logo here. I understand not everybody would want to see a logo all the time, and also you would want more real estate to actually view files because that's kind of the main purpose for this. Make it easier, faster to find the audio file, listen, uh, sample it, see if you even like it or whatnot, and then assign it. So basically, this just simplifies the process by searching your assets folder for all the audio files right off the bat from the start. So you have all your audio files loaded up in here. And for every reason that doesn't work, I added a select folder button and a refresh button. So you could assign exactly what folder you want. So you could also use that for, say, you have all your hit uh, sounds, all your UI sounds in a certain folder or whatnot. Any sound, anything you want to do, and you could kind of set them up in their own folders, and you could go to that folder and only have all that sounds that was in that folder. So you could specify which folder you want it to search for the files. Sorry. And then so it automatically reloads, but for whatever reason, if it doesn't, you have the reload button there to refresh uh, the area. But so, anyways, let me get back to the logo. So for these settings you might not need all the time, have you can just click the logo and it'll hide those settings, and then it adds a settings button. You just press the setting button to reveal it. I have a search, so you just type in here and let's see, anything you type in anything, and it'll search, and if it pulls up similar characters or in like CGL, so or if I go to G, anything that has a G, you'll pull up. But the more specific you get, the more specific you'll get, and to range it in, it works very nice, I think. And then so we can come, for instance, so you select a folder and it pops up this, and you can select it. Then here is the audio source. So this, when you first open it, it creates two audio sources. I'll show you real quick. Let me minimize this. So it creates these two. One is AAL audio source. Now there is AAL sound effects, or SFX audio source, I mean. And so this one that's sound effects is basically for all the little sounds I have that it plays, and then for all the previews of all these, it'll use that audio source to play it, and then this other audio source that is in here, which is this one. This is where you'll assign whatever audio source you want it to assign to, right? And all these settings right here are related to this audio source here, and it'll assign those settings to that audio source. So basically, so we have this first one, and this is for you to switch back to, like if you don't want to overwrite your other files, you know what I mean? You don't want to write the ones that you want them set in stone, basically. Uh, and you could always drop them back in here and change it or whatnot. Do that as you will. Uh, anyway, so this is just a way for you to throw your reference to whatever audio source you want the files and these settings saved to. And you can just drag ours in here after you're done, so you don't. So if you want to keep on previewing, you don't overwrite the one that you wanted to keep, the one sound that you already found for it, if that makes sense. Like you just want to remove that reference, and that's why we have this. So you could just drag in here, and maybe I could add a button to simplify this, which I'll probably do on one of the updates. And now I'm glad I just came up with that. That's a pretty good idea, just to even simplify the process even more. Okay, so this volume, I'm gonna turn it down because some of these can be kind of loud. So the pitch. So let me show you the pitch. I'm gonna turn on the loop first because it makes it easier for me to demonstrate what the pitch does. Okay, and this is so when you select the loop, it adds this value, and this is just the time in between each loop because some loops are short. If you have them too short, it'll be like just really annoying, like you can't even hear the sound. So this just makes sure it has enough time to play the clip. And then so basically you click this, and then whatever one you select on, it'll just start looping that file. And then so we can adjust the pitch so you can finally see what that does. That's probably too low. Just yeah. And you can go pretty high with it too. Put that back on 1. All right. That's enough for the loop. I think y'all get the idea of that. And the play on wake is just there, so it'll play on a wake if you need it to. And then so play just whatever one is selected, whatever one's green, it'll play. Also, I have this up here, so whatever file is
What are
gonna
you doing
play,
here?
it'll
You should
list the
leave.
name. Whatever file that's playing, it'll list it up here. And let's see what's next. Okay, so we got the pause
Hey,
button right
I
here,
am sorry how I treated
and you can
you.
resume it
Please come back.
by doing that. And then let's see, let me find a song.
Shadows deep sink.
And stop button works like a stop button, obviously.
Shadows deep.
That is skip backwards and skip forwards.
Welcome to audio.
Shadows.
Okay, and then this is play sequential, so it'll just play the sounds in a row. Wow, I'm gonna stop it there. Just that grunt's a awkward sounding grunt. We'll just call it that. So the next one is play random. Um, Shuffle. I mean, it's gonna play the sounds and songs and stuff in a random order for you to preview them. And I'm just prefacing this because some of the sounds in here, like a song, this is gonna be harder to demonstrate because it's long. Um, so I may have to, if it doesn't play sound effects, it's easier to demonstrate with sound effects and songs, basically. So depending on where it goes, I may have to click this a couple times to for you to understand
Goodbye.
what it does. Like for instance, there, like it's gonna wait and play till the whole song's over, then it'll play a random clip. But I'm just gonna hit this again. So
You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
yeah, I think you get the point though. Just plays random clips, and then this is your toggles on and off your favorites. So you could view your favorite screen. We don't have any favorites in here right now. That's why you don't see anything. But we'll go ahead and add them. So how you add them is right here, and it'll demonstrate it in red. So that means it's on your favorites. And we'll just add a couple here. Okay, that should be enough. And then we go over to our favorites, and here they are. And you can play them from here. Play them all the same ways. You can remove them by just selecting this. You'll see it remove. You also can remove them. If you go back here, you can remove them from this screen as well. And you'll see, we'll go back there. Yeah, it's empty. So that's just another way of, if you have songs or sounds you play all the time and you just want an easy way to go to them, you could just add them. Oh, I love these. Okay, boom. Easy way to get to them, you know what I mean? And then, so I think we covered almost everything. The last thing, though, is going to be this folder icon right here. So to demonstrate this, let me shrink this down. You gotta have your project window open, because I'll show you in a second. It still works, but so when you click on it, it'll just go to it. Let's say we had this open or something, and we let's click on something, a different name. Like this, it'll still go to it, but you'll have to click back over to the project folder. So if you just have that open, though, it'll just go to it right away, any of them. It's just a convenient ways. For instance, like you hear one of these, you're like, oh, that sounds awful. That's not going to work for my project. I want to delete it. You just click on this, go right to it, delete it. Or if you want to edit it or do what you will with it, it's just very handy. That basically sums up the tool, though. Feel free to let me know any features you'd like me to add to it, or if you run into any bugs or anything. But I hope y'all have a good day and hope this helps out. Peace.
Virtual blind, digital tears, horror coding, feeding fears. Voices, ecosystems, cloud, reptilian shadows working fast. Alien pain, tearing the sky.